obviously, in the football world that we do.
I hate recording. I really do. I really have zero luck trying to get this shit set up every week. I am absolutely losing my mind because week after week, this platform absolutely cocks up and I have been digged from the get-go. Welcome to the B-League's Best Ball show where I try to do best ball drafts, except something always screws up and I get left in the dark. It's a shocker. It is what it is. But we are here on Father's Day doing a live draft. We are in the Chihuahua. It is a $4 entry, 30-second clock, general tournament rules as it would be. And we have picked up pick number, where are we at? We are on the clock with pick, I can't see, looks like pick 10, which is fantastic. And I thought it would be a good idea to pick veterans only because it's Father's Day. Let's pick up all the old boys. But, you know, that went down the window because I did enter a draft earlier. It was a $3 fast draft. And it turns out that it was not a fast draft. It was a slow draft. So here I am bombing my money on a $3 slow draft this Sunday morning. It's fantastic. You know, I could be sitting here watching Denmark versus Slovenia. I could be doing that, but no, I'm doing a draft instead, entering into the wrong tournament and wasting money. I couldn't be happier. It is what it is. Thank you, Jamie, for joining me. It's Sunday. Happy Father's Day to you, buddy. Glad that you are here with me today. I did invite into the group chat. I did actually put it in there, but I did actually get the wrong draft. And then I panicked and jumped into the quickest draft I could find, which was a Chihuahua. And here we go. We will be on the clock very, very shortly with pick number, where are we? Pick number 10. And again, we're looking at some of these old boys that are going to be on here. And literally the oldest person here might be AJ Brown at 26 years of age. It is what it is. So what are we going to do? Thank you for joining me last week for the weekly winners episode. I had so much fun doing that. I recommend everybody try and join into a weekly winners sort of vibe. Again, for those who have been with Going for Two for a while that do follow our DFS content, Weekly Winners has very much has a DFS feel to it because it pays out weekly as opposed to at the end of week 14 into tournament mode or week 17. Where are we? AJ Brown. Let's go. Or into whereas you go tournament mode, obviously, after week 14 into 15, 16, 17, or if it's just a private league where you pay out week 17 as it would be. So weekly winners is where you get a payout for the top X amount of teams. They get paid out that week, which is fantastic because then that can bankroll you for the rest of your season. So I encourage everyone to get the weekly winners. This year is a Chihuahua. Again, it's a $4 tournament. Pretty cool way to go. 50,000 of the top prize getter. Pretty easy as it would be. Really, you want to be in the top 200 to make 300 back. We will be on the clock again on the turn. We're looking for the old boys, Devontae Adams. Welcome to the club. Again, just a little bit of a different way to do our draft. You know, obviously we try to look through a lot of different analysis. We try to do all these points per games and schedule releases and all that sort of stuff. Sometimes you got to draft and have some fun. And today we're going to do a draft based on the old boys because it is Father's Day. Why not? Let's do something silly. Because we can, you know, we got to do something a little bit different. Otherwise, we just keep drafting the same players. We keep taking them. When we start reaching for them, then it just gets weird and then you get bored. So let's have a little bit of fun today. Let's draft some stupid players because we should. Why not? What's the worst thing that happens? I end up being right. Woo, Slovenia, nearly on goal. Good to see Christian Eriksen score today after having a heart attack at the last Euros. I hope it's not a spoiler for anyone, but Denmark playing obviously 3-4 years ago in the Euros, Christian Eriksen has a heart attack, middle of the field. I think the sporting world as a whole stood still. Guy basically revived his heart and his career, and he's playing today and scores the opening goal for Denmark. What a cool story that is. I am a big soccer guy, if you haven't known that already, so I will be watching the Euros all the way through because I'm actually even more upset that I just said soccer. I'm a football guy, and I watch the NFL when it's not football season. It is what it is. But yeah, it's kind of cool to see how that goes. And, you know, Euros are pretty cool. England are playing today. I can't wait for them to bore us to death with a 1-0 win. Harry Kane penalty in the 83rd minute. Book it. That's going to be the most England victory that you'll see. All these games are going to be like lighting up 3-0, 4-0 games. England are going to bore the shit out of everyone. So can't wait for that to happen, as it would be. Not too many shockers going off the board so far, probably aside from me at Devontae Adams at pick 12 or pick 15 on the turn there. A lot of other players that could be worth your while. That doesn't matter. We're having a bit of fun today with the draft. So that's what we're going to try and do, a little bit different with our recording. Denmark going to score again here. Woo. Get on to it. Anyways, we're going to be on the turn here. Again, not much difference. It's interesting to see Jonathan Taylor fall that far back. Devon Achane and Saquon Barkley fall into the back of the second round. It's such a conundrum, those running backs we've seen this whole period of time. Obviously, I started doing this best ball drafts with you back in February when they started to drop. And the running backs in the first, second, and third round have been really all over the place. You've seen Gibbs go anywhere between the 1.8 and the 2.10. We've just seen Devon Achane go anywhere from the 2.2 to the 3.2. Barkley's anywhere in between as well. Really, at this time of day, this time of year, we do tend to hyper-react to any form of news that you see during the week. And that happens way too frequently for my liking, to be honest, because if you have a process and a stance on a player, that shouldn't necessarily change to where you take them too much. Laporta's someone that I've seen go in the second round and fall to the fourth round. Here he goes in the mid-third, early third. So we're kind of all over the place with any form of stance we could take. And it's kind of annoying, if I could be perfectly blunt. We are taking the old boys today. If Derrick Henry's there, Travis Kelce, Cooper Kupp, a lot of old boys in that group right there. So we are going to enjoy that. Oh my God, own goal? No, surely not. Good for Slovenia getting through as well. They haven't been the same sort of swap. Marek Hamšík was there. They've been a pretty decent team. Ben Šeško from Leipzig's a hell of a player. Wouldn't mind seeing him some Man U colours later, but it is what it is. Jamie says, Father's Day is ranked 20th for the holidays celebrated, while Mother's Day second. Would have been better off if I wrapped my own gift all those years ago. I really should have read that before I posted it. Yes, Jamie. I could understand your... Oh, look at all the old boys here. Diggs, Henry, Kelce, ETN. Oh, no one's as old as Derrick Henry, right? Travis Kelce. Let's go Derrick Henry, the old boy, the old workhorse. Let's get some old boys in here. Derrick Henry, we've probably got time to get Diggs or Kelce on the turn there. Murray Cooper's pretty old too. What's he, like 28 now? Huh. Is what it is. Good for Christian Eriksen. That makes me happy. Anyways. So yeah, interesting way to go. But interesting to see some people that come and fall and go and whatever. It's just an interesting process at this point. T. Higgins, and I'm interested to see. Obviously, he signed his extension for the tag. I would be very interested to see where he goes here. Obviously, or is he already gone? He surely hasn't. He hasn't gone. Surely not. T. Higgins is a guy last year was a perennial late, early second, early second to late second. Again, one of those guys who's just been really good. Oh my God, look at that! The old boys fall into us. Travis Kelce, get around him. Look at these old boys: AJ Brown, Devontae Adams, Derrick Henry, Travis Kelce. What a team! What a team of old boys. That's what we're going. Old reliables. That's what we're doing. I do agree, Jamie, that Father's Day is a bit of a joke of a holiday. I'm not a fan of it. For starters, in Australia, where I'm from, Father's Day is back in September. So for me, it's kind of weird to see at this time of year my kids, even, obviously I'm a son first, and through all those years, 30, 35 years, you're used to celebrating certain times, and then my kids are like, yeah, it's June, let's do this. And it's like, I don't know, it doesn't really feel right. But it is what it is. You get used to certain things. But again, not too many surprises here as we're going along. Oh, there's your first surprise. Kyron Williams has fallen into the third round. Kyron Williams is a guy who started the process late first, and then they draft Blake Corum. He moves into the early second, and then he has some foot issues. He moves to a late second, and Blake Corum has moved. Oh, he's had a good OTAs, and it's moved Kyron Williams to an early third round pick. Kyron Williams probably is a second round, late second, mid second. I think that's where he should be taken. To see him fall into the third, it's kind of weird. They don't run with two running backs too often, so I kind of find this one interesting. But again, not too many shockers in there. Mike Evans has been in and out of different places here through this process. Malik Neighbours into the early second. Again, I like Malik Neighbours this year. I think he's going to have a hell of a season for the Giants. But you're talking about a guy that now has to outproduce where he was being taken maybe 2-3 weeks ago, which is maybe the late third. Now he has to outproduce guys. I don't see that happening for him that early. That's a lot. That's a lot to ask for. Terry McLaurin in the 4th round. I've seen something about Terry McLaurin. I think it might have been in our Discord. Going for 2 Discord, which is fantastic because it's free. And obviously there's a bunch of Scott Fishbowl stuff going on there. And if you are watching or listening to this live, please go and check Jeff Lambert's tweet, Jeff Lambert77 on Twitter. Going for 2 live Twitter, maybe one of those 2. I don't even remember. No, it's Going for 2 live. Go check out the Going for 2 live Twitter. I'm pretty sure there's a promo for donations for Scott Fishbowl. I believe all donations up until midnight tonight are being matched. Maybe go check the tweet out first before that gets put about. Sorry, Jeff, if I got that wrong. I really haven't paid attention this week. But, I haven't also paid attention for the last 2.5 years. So what are we doing? Again, not too many shockers in here. Christian Kirk going in the 4th round is high. Probably no one's got more Christian Kirk than me this offseason. And to see him go into the 4th round ahead of guys like a Keenan Allen's probably a bit off. But again, we were talking about Terry McLaurin a second ago. Terry McLaurin has to be the biggest fugazi of players. I absolutely can't stand where he's going in the 4th round. Everyone's going to sit there and talk about, he's finally got a quarterback. He's finally got a quarterback. The guy's been getting 130 targets a year. The quarterback doesn't matter. We're talking about volume. He's been getting volume. He's been going nowhere with it. He's getting 130 targets for what? I'll punch this out. I'll check this out. This guy averages like 5 for 45, last year it was 5 for 51. 4 for 50, there you go, 4 for 51. I did the math, 4 for 51. And you're taking him in the 4th round because now he's got a quarterback. 4 for 51. That's mid as fuck. Like, that is mid as fuck. Terry McLaurin, get out of here with this shit. Terry McLaurin. Let's see, the next old boy we have here is probably George Kittle, Alvin Kamara, Joe Mixon. Alvin Kamara is pretty old. I think I can get him on the tone. Joe Mixon is there as well. Chris Godwin too. Let's go Joe Mixon because we're a little bit concerned about Alvin Kamara's contract stance. Yeah, Terry McLaurin, you're talking about a guy that goes 4 for 51 on average. That's the guy we're taking. That's the guy we're taking. Not Calvin Ridley, not Hollywood Brown, not Chris Godwin. Do you know who gets you 4 for 51? Let's scroll down the list here. 4 for 51. Get the fuck out of here. There's Jerry Jeudy back at pick 80 with Cleveland, 4 for 51. That'll get you 4 for 51. Let's have a look here, 4 for 51. Michael Wilson might get you 4 for 51. Wandale Robinson might get you 4 for 51. Get the fuck out of here, Terry McLaurin, 4 for 51. I'm not doing that this year. Go get Jahan Dotson if you think the quarterback narrative works for you because of he's finally got a quarterback. And let's find this old boy. Where's the next old boy we got here? Chris Godwin's an old boy. Let's go with him. If you think, Terry McLaurin's going to do better because he's got a new quarterback, well, so is Jahan Dotson. So's Zach Ertz. So's like Ben Sinnott. Like all those guys are going to have a better option here because there's another quarterback in there. Like, get out of here with this. He's got a better quarterback. The guy who's being force-fed targets, he's been the only receiver on that team for God knows how long. And it's not like he's going to do more than what Marquise Brown in Arizona was with Kingsbury was doing anyway. It's the same fucking stats. It's 4 for 51. That's what he's going to get you. And we're going to take him in the 4th round. Get the fuck out of here with that. Absolutely not Terry McLaurin, 4 for 51. No chance. Zero chance. Happy Father's Day, my friend. 101 forever. Yep, congrats. If that's you that took the 101, very good. I really should read what Jamie says before he posts. I really should. Yes, that's it. Today we also get the double entry for the raffle to draft this 1st round pick. So Jeff's 1st round pick, I'm going to get to you in a second, Jad. Thanks very much for posting, my friend. Happy Father's Day to you too. Yes, it's a double entry for the raffle for Jeff. So you can go off and pick Terry McLaurin 101 for Jeff because that guy's a fucking numpty. Unbelievable. 4 for 51. Fuck off. Chad puts this. Chad Parsons, welcome to the show, my brother. Chad Parsons says, Washington will be one of the biggest passing game by committee offenses in the NFL. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they're more conservative than what we think. It's nice to think Kingsbury's going to come out and go this air raid thing that he fucking did in Texas God knows how long ago. Sure. Yeah, great. But like, Luke McCaffrey's going to contribute to that? What are we doing here? Like, Byron Pringles, is he still there? Is he going to contribute to that? Like, Zach Ertz is going to come. Zach Ertz is the best player for this offense based on what Chad is saying, passing game by committee, because he fits that at team. He's going to go 4 for 51. They're all going to go 4 for 51. That's literally where I'm at with this team. What are we doing here? Fourth round for Terry McLaurin? I shouldn't be rocking the burgundy today because I didn't know I'd be getting this upset, but here we are. Thanks for joining, Chad. Welcome to the show. Kevin, Jamie, thank you for coming in as well. Had a really rough start to the show where I started to record a slow draft. Absolutely had one. Unbelievable. I can't believe that just happened. But we are going to be doing this Father's Day. What a day. I ended up cleaning the house. That's my Father's Day. House cleaning. That's what we're doing here. We got to be on the clock. I shouldn't have put my phone down. Up in 3 picks. Who's the next old boy? We're picking all the old boys here because it is Father's Day. All these old gents. We got David Montgomery's here somewhere. Najee Harris, he's got to be old, right? Raheem Mostert. That's the ultimate old boy. Raheem Mostert's going to be on the clock very soon. That's what we're going to do. $4 Chihuahua draft because I've got a sense of humor. We're doing something a little bit different today. Let's have a look on the clock. Outside of Terry McLaurin in the 4th round, for fuck's sake. What are we looking at here? Jordan Addison in the 6th round. I've seen his name pop up a fair bit during the week. People aren't sure how this is going to be sustainable with Jefferson. I mean, look, they don't have Hockenson probably to the start. There's no real difference in situation for him because you're talking about quarterback play not being ideal. Welcome Sam Darnold. Like, this is what we're talking about. We're still taking Jefferson that early. We're taking Addison that early. I don't think it really matters. They're going to produce no matter what. That's probably the earliest I've seen Christian Watson go in the 6th round. That's interesting. Let's have a look. Where are we? We're going to get Mostert on the turn. Who else is the old boy here? No, let's go Mostert. Let's do it. Let's get old. Let's go Raheem Mostert. We're going against all the grain of traditional like best ball drafts. And if you've come here for like sense, someone making sense and doing like proper strategy, today's not that day. I'm sorry, and I just apologize to anybody that's turned up thinking they're going to get anything constructive. It's not happening today. This is a bit of a fun day. We're doing a bit of a fun draft with a couple of these old boys being drafted. Christian Watson in the 6th round is probably the earliest I've seen him go for the last 4 months. 3.5, 4 months. I haven't seen him go before maybe the 7th or 8th round. So to see him go into the 6th, that's different. Odunze has had a bit of a fallback as well. Alvin Kamara into the 6th round's about right. Brian Thomas has climbed up a fair bit. Obviously, there's been a bit of love for him over the past week. You've been listening around. I still don't know why Ladd McConkey's going in the 6th round. That seems like a problem to me. I feel like that's also... We could talk about, passing game committees. The Chargers this year is probably going to have to be one of those because that's a lot to put on the shoulders of Ladd McConkey. Josh Palmer, you want to go and get a part of that offense, go and get the guy that's had some relationship with Herbert and hope from there that that's a thing. Nothing else has really surprised me too much. Kenneth Walker's been in and out of a lot. That 5th round, 6th round, now into the 6th round, that makes a fair bit of sense. Who's the next old boy we have here? Probably Dak Prescott, Curtis Samuel, Tyler Lockett. He's as old as it gets, right? We need a couple of receivers. Yeah, let's do it. Tyler Lockett, welcome to the old boys club. That's probably the earliest I've seen Tyler Lockett go as well into the 7th round. Thank you very much, Dan, for taking him. No worries. 8th round? 8th round, yeah, why not? We get a goal here from Denmark? No. Nothing else is going on there. Probably haven't seen too much of a shock there. Evan Ingram starting to float up a bit. One of those strategies this year has been talked about a fair bit, has been elite tight end going early. I think I'm a little bit more cautious to say that Evan Ingram isn't an elite tight end, but he's a very good tight end. I would say that. So to see him go in the 7th round after having the season that he did last year, it's such a weird spot for the Jaguars to be. I have a lot of Evan Ingram in best ball drafts this year, but a lot of that didn't come in the 7th round. It was the 8th, 9th, 10th round where I was getting him in pre-draft into the 8th round, more likely post-draft because not a lot happened. Brian Thomas is something that could disrupt a lot of those big plays that Ingram's capable of having, but they also brought in Gabe Davis to do the same thing. I'm not overly concerned for Evan Ingram and his role in this team as it would be. Outside of that, not a lot of shock going in here. I actually have DeAndre Hopkins having a better season than Calvin Ridley. We've seen Calvin Ridley go in the 5th. Hopkins goes there in the 7th. So that, to me, is a little bit of a discrepancy. Keon Coleman going that early as well. I just don't know why you do that. If you're not sure about the players that are going to be taken in that realm for the Bills, okay, Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel, just take take the guy that's going later. Go take Khalil Shakur. Go get that guy, right? Like, go take him. It's almost a safer bet to back on a guy that's had some form of relationship with the quarterback. Even Curtis Samuel, to a degree, can be a bit of a risk because we're not sure how that's going to work out. We know what Shakir can do with the Bills. We've seen it in spurts, and that passing game is now wide open. So to take the rookie that early and to assume that two other guys can't chop into that, it's a bit of a risk to me. Bit of a run on running backs here. Bit of a run on running backs. We've seen about 10 or 12 go in the last round and a half. And again, with a bit of a joke here with Raheem Mostert, I could have taken other people going that early, but we're taking the old boys for Father's Day. And outside of that, not a whole lot of shock here. Zamir White's a name which is kind of interesting to me because in half PPR, I'm not sure he has the upside that we think he might. I don't think the receiving game's there. I think Loeb and Madison can fill that role well enough. Jaylen Warren, for me, is I don't know why he's still being taken. It's just, you know what it is? And if I can be honest with you guys, and I feel like I can, I've been pretty honest with you guys over the past year or so. We're talking about an offensive coordinator that refuses to run two running backs, and we're taking Jaylen Warren that high because, like, it's the shrug. I don't know why. I remember a year ago we were taking Tyler Algier, and there's a big difference between Najee Harris and Jaylen Warren to Tyler Algier to Bijan Robinson. I 100% get that. It's a complete difference. I can see why Warren is closer to Harris than Algier to Robinson. I get that. So please, I don't need to be explained on that. But we're talking about like a year ago, Tyler Algier being taken in the 8th, 9th round because he's the best backup available. And if he goes in, he's into that workhorse role if something happened to Bijan. But essentially ended up taking that backup before Arthur Smith's team in the 9th round. For what? Like, we're talking about this now. We're taking maybe half a round later Jaylen Warren behind Najee Harris. So it's kind of mad to me. Harris, I'm incredibly high on this year. I am finishing as the RB6 in half PPR. I think he's going to have a really, really big year. We're looking on the clock here, and we're looking for the old boys. Mike Williams is going to be that guy. I think that could be a good one here for our old boys team. Mike Williams, he's got the body of an old boy, doesn't he? He's had, multiple surgeries. I think I'm absolutely terrified for him playing on MetLife as well with the amount of ACLs he's already had. My God, the turf monster's going to come and get him, but we're going to go Mike Williams next. If he's there, I mean, you can see the litany of quarterbacks just sitting there. There's like 6, 7, 8 quarterbacks. Look at that. Prescott, Love, Williams, Purdy, Tagovailoa, Lawrence, and Goff just sitting there. Josh Palmer's gone in the 9th round. There we go. That's an early one as well. Jeez. There we go. Mike Williams, welcome to the Old Boys Club. A bit of fun. I'm going to put this back up there as well so people can see it. Very good. We also get double the entry for the raffle to pick Jeff Lambert's first pick in the Scott Fish Bowl. I think it's like $5 or something. Maybe I should read the tweet. I'll do that after I get on the clock. What have we got here? Who else? Adams, Godwin, Lockett. Okay, so we've got a few decent boys in here. What do we got here? We're on the clock. Who's the next old boy? Devin Singletary. He's been around the block for a while, hasn't he? Jacoby Myers. Oh, get that Raiders stack. A coveted Raiders stack. The next old boy, I think Jacoby Myers has been around a while. Let's go get Jacoby Myers. We're going to get that Raiders stack. Where's Gardner Minshew? Let's add him in. Baker Mayfield, Aaron Rodgers. Let's add them to the queue. Geno Smith. Where are you? Gardner Minshew. Let's add him to the queue. Let's start to add some of these quarterbacks in. Why not? Let's have a bit of fun. Bit of fun today on a Sunday for Father's Day. Let's do something a little bit different. Brandon Cooks. Oh, my God. He went after me. That's the ultimate old boy. Again, not a whole bunch of shocks going now. There's going to be a run at quarterback very, very shortly. You can see it starting to prop up here. No one wants Caleb Williams to attack a blower at Jared Goff. That's crazy that no one's getting on Jared Goff right now. Jared Goff has a hell of an opening month of the season. 4 of his games are above the average quota for of the line and spread. We're talking about a team that's favourite to win a lot of those games, high-scoring games, and Jared Goff's just sitting there. Kind of wild to see him fall behind other players. I don't know. Jalen Daniels in the 9th round. We're talking about a committee team. Jalen, I get Jaden Daniels. He's got the mobile passing. It could be that guy. He's come up about a round and a half to 2 since the last time I spoke to you guys. Maybe a good round there. And again, I don't think I'd be taking Jaden Daniels over a guy like Brock Purdy or Jordan Love at this point. And you could make it a push for Dak Prescott. I find that interesting to see. Brian Robertson starting to overtake Austin Eckler. That's also interesting to see too. People starting to swing towards him. Again, in half PPR, Eckler's still going to have his value and his weeks. So Rashid Shaheed gets the online Twitter bump. Everyone's been on Rashid Shaheed this week. Oh my God, look at him go in the 9th round. Good Lord. All you need is someone with like 3,000 followers to tweet one thing and everyone just rushes to these guys. It's unbelievable. Javonte Williams in the 9th round is interesting too because Jaleel McLaughlin's, but let's see where Jaleel McLaughlin falls because he's been getting the hype the last week. Let's see what happens there. Goff plays 14 games in a dome this season. I know. It's one of those weird things. If Goff counts as an old boy, I'm taking him. That's what we're doing. I have 0 Lions players on my roster right now. I don't care. That's what we're doing. And here we go. All these receivers that, oh my God, look at that. Mitchell, Judy, Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall's going in the 11th round? What are we doing here? Why? I don't get it. Why is Ricky Pearsall going in the 11th round? Oh, unbelievable. This is the world we live in. Whatever, we're swinging for the fences, right? That's what people are doing. Blake Corum, 11th round. Jamie, was that you that picked Corum? We're going to be on the clock in 2 picks' time. The next old boy looking like... Let's have a look here. TJ Hawkinson, maybe. Let's have a look. The next old boy in here, there's not a lot in here. It's probably Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins. Let's go Jared Goff. Let's get weird. 0 correlation to this team. None. None. I have 0 correlation to this team. None. There is nothing that matches here. Nothing that makes sense. The next oldest player on this list might be either Jahan Dotson, Zach Charbonnet. Unbelievable. Don't get triggered. Yeah, I mean, I don't think either of them should be going early. Just makes me want to draft more Royce Freeman more than anything. I guess the next old boy here might be TJ Hawkinson. Do we need a second? Yeah, we need a second. Let's go do that. Who was the first tight end we got? We went and got Travis Kelce. They don't have the same bye week, do they? Surely. Week 6. And they do. We can't go Hawkinson. Let's go grab Charbonnet. Or Darnell Mooney. Let's go Charbonnet. Let's have a bit of fun. Here. So far, let's find our team. Where are we? Let's have a look here. Our team so far, Jared Goff. We have Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Raheem Mostert, Zach Charbonnet, A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams, Chris Godwin, Tyler Lockett, Mike Williams, Jacoby Myers, Travis Kelce. This is the old boys team. 2,100 projections. Okay. We're not doing too well. We're having a bit of fun today, though. Last few rounds, anything that I've seen that's a bit of a surprise, probably not too much of a shocker. Again, outside of Ricky Pearsall going in the 11th round, I'm not sure I'm about that at all. Jermaine Burton maybe could be a thing. Maybe, but that you need them to carry on playing those three wides, and you need him to beat out what Iosivas and Charlie Jones and Trent Irwin. Could be a bit of a cluster in that regard. Nick Chubb's fallen back to the 12th round. It's probably a good place for him to be. I could see Ford. I wonder if this guy's going to double tap Jerome Ford here in the 13th. I wonder if that would actually happen. That could be interesting. Might be an interesting strategy to take. If you know take Chubb, go take Foreman to the 18th. That could be very interesting to take. We're going to be on the clock very soon. Aaron Rodgers is going to be there. We're going to take Aaron Rodgers because, again, another old boy. Get around him. What is he, like 40? Does anyone know where he actually was this week? He's not here. He's not here. He's doing something close to his heart. I wonder what that could be. Again, not a bunch of old boys after this. We're looking at maybe Rodgers into Henry. Why is Juwan Johnson being starred? I don't know. That might be the way to go. If we can do this, if we can go Rodgers through Henry, that might be interesting. Again, if you are just joining me, we are doing an absolutely shocking draft today where it's Father's Day, obviously, and we are doing an old boys draft for the old boys. Salute to the Father's Day, I guess. So we're drafting as many old players as we can. We started off with A.J. Brown, into Devontae Adams, into Travis Kelce, into Joe Mixon. Raheem Mostert's in there, Tyler Lockett, Mike Williams, and Jacoby Myers. We've got a bit of an old boys team. Hey, I like to call it sturdy. The old boys are sturdy. How old is Roschon Johnson? He came out of college a little bit later, right? So he's got to be, 25? Maybe 24, 25. I could be wrong on that. There goes Darnell Mooney. He'd have fit right into this old boys team. I think you've got to qualify for at least one surgery as well. So you've got to be over the age of like 27 and one surgery. I think that's a good prerequisite. I like that. 27 plus a surgery. We're going to take Aaron Rodgers next. Look at the quarterbacks lining up. Kirk Cousins, Stafford, Rodgers, Baker Mayfield, Deshaun Watson. Unbelievable. The next old boy might be either Hunter Henry or Antonio Gibson. Gibson's been around for a while too. Who was that, Luke Musgrave? We're going to go Aaron Rodgers. We got to stack finally some correlation. Rodgers into Mike Williams. There we go. We've got one off the board. Again, if you are joining me here for some common sense and some strategy, it's not happening. Today's not that day. We're having a bit of fun today. There's going to be a couple more episodes to go over the rest of the off-season. There's not going to be too much more going on. Before we head into the season for our prop show, which is every Wednesday, I believe. Dropping those props for the BestBall's Pick'ems show. I wonder if anybody noticed that the spelling of my show was correct today. BestBall. We're off from that. Yeah, I was 15 years old when I had my first son, Roschon. He's 24. I'm impressed. We have to find another old boy in here, so it's going to be Hunter Henry. He's been around for a while. If we're sticking true to it, it could be Antonio Gibson, but no, we can find older or later. We're going Hunter Henry. Let's add him to the list. Go on, Hunter. Go on, you old boy. We got some Patriots-Jets rivalry in there too. Why not? Let's do it. Having a bit of fun today. Why don't we have a bit of fun today? I don't know. We never have fun. It's always stressful. It's always strategy. There goes Jaleel McLaughlin. We were talking about him earlier. Why grab Javonte Williams when you could grab someone else? Jaleel McLaughlin there in the 14th round. I've seen him go a little bit later of recent time. Rashad Bateman's got the Twitter push. God damn it. Why are we doing this with Rashad Bateman again? Why? Why are we doing this? Why? Stop it. Just draft Nelson Aguilar in the 18th round. Why are you doing this with Rashad Bateman? Why? One tweet. That's all it takes for all these suckers to come out and say, I love Rashad Bateman again. Fuck off. Oh my God! Again, we were talking about Terry McLaurin going 4 for 51. Rashad Bateman, he's good for 3 for 32. Like, get the fuck out of here, Rashad Bateman. Stop it. Oh my God! Why? 14th round? Just take Darius Slayton. That's all you got. What are you doing? What are you doing, Rashad Bateman? Oh yeah, this route running savant. He's always running these incredible routes. He's so slick. Fuck off, he is. 3 for 31 every fucking week. Oh my God, what are we doing? Well, he's not on my team, so I mean, I'm happy, but still. God damn it. 3 for 31 in the 14th round. Fuck off. I'm so mad. I'm so mad at this. Old Boys Club. Old Boys Club. Who we got coming up here? I mean, if anyone's seen anything that I've done over the past, God knows how long. Let's get rid of Baker Mayfield. Everyone knows that I'm all in on Zay Jones. Jamie says, your team name for this draft is I wish I had a vasectomy. I think anybody that drafts Rashad Bateman should be asking themselves, maybe they should give themselves a vasectomy from drafting BestBall teams. Rashad Bateman in the 14th round? Get out of here. Here's a guy. So I've just taken about a round later, Zay Jones. Now, I can't stress this enough. Last year, he was on track. He was averaging 7 targets a game in Jacksonville. And you can say, well, you know, there was no Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk was there for 8-9 games. Calvin Ridley played a whole season. Still had Evan Ingram. Zay Jones was on target for 120 targets. The year before, 120 targets. He goes to Arizona, and their second-best wide receiver is Michael Wilson. Talk about 3 for 32. Fucking Michael Wilson right there, right up your alley. Goes a pick before Zay Jones. I'll take Zay Jones every day of the week. Talk about the Old Boys Club. Zay Jones, welcome to the club. We are looking at our team. I'll tell you what, Jamie, because you're here and you've joined me on Father's Day, I will take Roschon Johnson if he falls to me in 2 picks, just because you've done well. Because I have a sense of humor. People who draft Rashad Bateman do not, however. Oh my God, 14th round. What am I watching? Man, oh man. Our last pick's going to be Gardner Minshew. I already know that. We're going to take him in the 18th round. Yeah, Roschon Johnson, welcome to the team. So we have 2 more picks to go in our Old Boys draft for Father's Day because Dan has a sense of humor. Our team so far, Jared Goff and Aaron Rodgers. We have at running back Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Raheem Mostert, Zach Charbonnet, Roschon Johnson. Wide receiver, A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams, Chris Godwin, Tyler Lockett, Mike Williams, Jacoby Myers, Zay Jones. We have Travis Kelce and Hunter Henry because Dan has a sense of humor. He's taking all the Old Boys on Father's Day. We have 2 picks to go. One of them is going to be Gardner Minshew to roll up the get right in on that Raiders offense. We could go Lorb into Minshew. That'd be interesting. That would be interesting. Let's do that. Dylan Lorb into Gardner Minshew. Let's do that. Unless Minshew's been taken. Minshew been taken? No, he hasn't been taken. That's going to be what we do here because Dan has a sense of humor. 2 rounds to go. Any other shockers? Not many shocking picks outside of Rashad Bateman going before the 17th round because he just shouldn't be. God damn it. Troy Franklin in the 15th round could be anything. Devontae Walker, again, I don't know what to make of that. I've seen people half in and out of him throughout the whole scouting process. J.K. Dobbins falling to the 16th round. That's an interesting one. Talk about Old Boys Club. But aside from that, Jonnu Smith in the 16th round I like. That's an interesting pick too. You're talking about a guy that knows how to get open. Good yak ability. Colby Parkinson's another one. So he's gone back-to-back, Jonnu Smith into Colby Parkinson. He's had a pretty good run here. Wonder if he's got Stafford. He does have Stafford. So he's gone DeMarcus Robertson into Colby Parkinson. I like that. I actually took a bunch of that through the weekly winners. was going Stafford into Parkinson and DeMarcus Robinson. A lot of that was going on. Bo Melton going in the 17th round. Wow. Let's get weird. I like it. I like it. Let's get weird. Not much else going on here. Well, Dylan Lorb's an old rookie. What is he, like 25, right? So I guess he qualifies, right? He has to qualify. O'Shawn Johnson, league winner. I like that you're sticking to your guns on this, Jamie. I respect it. Again, I think if anyone was watching any of these shows, I think in February, I was taking Roschon Johnson, I think in the 10th or 11th round, 12th round. I was taking him in the 12th round so much. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, no, I've been pipped on Dylan Lorb. What am I going to do now? We're still going to take Gardner Minshew. Let's do that. Oh, no, I haven't. I just hit the star button on him. Not many other old boys outside of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I guess. I'm going to get a couple of Chiefs guys. Could be interesting. No, let's back in on the Raiders. Let's get all in on them. Let's get weird. Dan, you're wasting my money. Why did you pick such a shit team? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm sorry. But I had fun on Father's Day. Why not? Go to the Going for Two Live page. Go check that out. You can go see the special that we have. As always, underdogfantasy.com. Promo code GF2 for 100% matching deposit up to $100. Scott Fishbowl donations. Go to the Going for Two Live Twitter. Go see what we have there. You can enter the raffle to pick Jeff Lambert, the guy who has run Going for Two. It's his puppy, I guess, his chihuahua. It's his whole little gimmick here, and he's been doing that forever. You can pick his first pick. Jeff, one of the unsung heroes of the fantasy community for so long, doesn't get the credit he deserves. Again, probably someone who should go to his page and donate and get that second chance raffle, I guess. Or double raffle. You can pick his first play for the Scott Fishbowl tournament. And you can go and pick Rashad Bateman or, go on Dylan Lord. Let's do that. Rashad Bateman or Terry McLaurin, guys that are going to give you a 4 for fucking 40 for his first pick. Absolutely uninspiring. Terry fucking McLaurin. What are we doing here? Terry McLaurin. Either way, so I'm going to wrap this up as quickly as I can. Thank you for those who actually stuck by me for this, because obviously I entered a slow draft and had to leave the stream. I've had an old man moment. I did. Our team so far projected 2,800 points, give or take. It doesn't matter. Here we go. Jared Goff into Aaron Rodgers and Gardner Minshew for the old boys. At running back, it's as old as it gets. We're looking at Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, Raheem Mostert, Zach Charbonnet, Roschon Johnson, Dylan Love. At wide receiver, the old boys kick over. Look at this. A.J. Brown, Devontae Adams, Chris Godwin, Tyler Lockett, Mike Williams, Jacoby Myers, Zay Jones, and at tight end, as old as it gets, Travis Kelce and Hunter Henry. No other shockers here through the draft. I don't believe there's anything I've seen here that isn't weird enough. Malik Wallace, Washington. Okay, there's another name. Why would we? Let's not get weird. Either way. Thank you for joining me for this week. We're going to be back in a couple of weeks' time. We're going to have a whole bunch of fun there and actually do a real serious draft. And I might actually add some input or something that might make your drafting better. Today was just a bit of fun for Father's Day. Why wouldn't we? Have a great weekend. Enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers and